Now, the weekly market update of the 13th of February of 2013. Well, there's some great news out there. Not only are we finding the actual facts and figures, the stats, which I'll go through in a minute, supporting the fact that the market may have bottomed out. It looks as if it has. The last 2 months we've talked about before, of November and December in particular, of last year were busy and fast and furious. January started off really well. February so far, even since the announcement of the election, has been really, really busy. And last weekend, I'm happy to say, well, I'm excited to say, that over 100 visitors to a couple of the properties, 80 to another, amongst our portfolio and our team. So what we're finding is that those numbers we haven't seen for years. So there's an enormous amount of undercurrent and actual activity that's emerging. We think it's a result of the lower interest rates, which have occurred not this month, they were held, but occurred back at the end of last year. Number two, the fact that the banks are starting to have a bit of a fight, and we've got 4.99% fixed for 2 years available out there. There's also the first home owners grants, which have kicked in and start to flow through, because once they buy, then the secondary buyers start to kick in. And for some reason, I think it might be to do with the election announcement, that there's some renewed optimism. I think people are really, really happy that we're going to get rid of this government. So there just seems to be some really good stuff happening out in the market, and that's all we can put it down to at the moment. Keep an eye on the unemployment rate, because if that goes up too high, that will have a negative impact. But at the moment, we'll take for what we've got, and it's good news. So let's run through some stats. 1.2% increase in the capital city home values in January, according to RP data. Adelaide's auction clearance rate last week was 56.5%. That's up from 40s. So that's a really, really good result. And the total national listings on the market is now 2.1% higher than this time last year. And specifically in South Australia, the South Australian numbers are 3,339 new listings last month compared to 2,985 last year. And total listings on the market is 19,953 compared to 18,609. Everything points to the markets bubbling along really well. And if I was a betting man, I'd say buy for 2013. I think this will be a really good year to be buying. So that wraps up our weekly market report.